Conservatives across the nation no doubt breathed a sigh of disappointment last Friday when Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, an anti-Trump zealot with a history of siding with Democrats, announced she has no intention of retiring from her post. She made the remarks while speaking at the Equal Justice Works conference in Arlington, VA, according to C-SPAN. "How long, Justice, will you remain on the court?" The moderator for the event, U.S. Court of Appeals 7th Circuit Judge Ann Williams, had asked her. "I used to have an answer, it worked for a lot of years," Ginsburg, 84, replied. "It was Justice Brandeis. When he was appointed he was the same age as I was, 60. And he stayed for 23 years, so I expect to stay at least as long. Well, now I've passed Brandeis, I've passed Justice Felix, Frankfurter. My answer is as long as I can do the job full steam, I will do it," she added. Trending, Trump right again, Manafort indicted for exact issues Trump thumped him. This means the chances of Ginsburg retiring during the administration of President Donald Trump remain exceptionally low. Listen to her remarks below. Many conservatives had hoped Ginsburg might retire soon, as it would have allowed the president to place another true constitutionalist like Justice Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court. Instead they're now stuck with Ginsburg, a woman touted by the left as an icon, and who once derided the U.S. Constitution as an old document. Speaking to an Egyptian TV station 5 years ago, Ginsburg specifically recommended the Middle Eastern nation not model its then new government after the U.S. Constitution because it's a rather old constitution, as reported at the time by the Daily Signal. Ginsburg suggested that Egyptians should look instead to the Constitution of South Africa or perhaps the European Convention on Human Rights, the Signal noted. All these are much more recent than the U.S. Constitution. Besides being a justice with little respect for the U.S. Constitution, Ginsburg is also someone with no qualms about unethically involving herself in politics. Related, GOP leader confirms that Trump's tax reform bill will protect 401k plans. Last year she sharply criticized then GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump in a move so devoid of class even the leftist media hammered her for it. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg needs to drop the political punditry and the name-calling, the New York Times editorial board wrote in a scathing op-ed, calling it baffling that she chose to involve herself in politics and call her own commitment to impartiality into question. Washington is more than partisan enough without the spectacle of a Supreme Court justice flinging herself into the mosh pit, the board added. Agreed. As it stands, however, this very partisan justice won't be stepping down anytime soon, much to the displeasure of conservatives across America. The Daily Caller, please share this story on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think about Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg announcing her intention to remain on the court. What do you think about Ginsburg's disturbing history? Scroll down to comment below.